Hello everybody, welcome back to another tutorial with Zame, and today is all about super smelters. Now I say super smelter loosely because this is really two modules of 27 furnaces. So there's 54 total furnaces here, but these are basically tileable with spacing, so you can have essentially an infinite number of 27 furnaces. Now, you might be wondering, why would you pick 27 furnaces? Well, you asked a fantastic question, and that's because I chose to go with lava bucket. If we put our shulker of lava down right there, we will see that this minecart chest, which also has 27 slots, is filling up with the lava buckets, and when it hits capacity, it will be released, and all of the lava buckets will go into all of the furnaces, one at a time. Now I have also added in a little extra thing so that when this minecart chest fills up, we can see that this comparator notices that there's something in this hopper and sends a signal out all the way up here and telling this piston to always be on. Because if you put, say, a third shulker box down, once this minecart chest fills up, it will not be released. And I chose to do this basically because there's no reason to have these hoppers full of lava buckets when there's no need. Because once you have a secondary one set up, it goes off. And I believe each lava bucket can do like 300 items. So there's really no need to have like just stacks of lava buckets full on in here. So let's say you want to smelt up a bunch of shulkers of sand. Now you can either place your shulkers and then fill them up, or what you can do is instead just place the shulker boxes directly onto the hoppers. And as we can see, unfortunately just these first few go off because the minecart hopper doesn't quite pick up a bunch of items. But on the second go around, it fills up all of them, as you can tell, and there's just a little extra left over. So each time the hopper minecart goes through and comes up into the slot, this comparator sees that there are items in the hopper minecart, sends a signal out telling this piston to allow the hopper minecart to go through. And so that means that it doesn't really matter how many items are in the hopper minecart. It does not need to be exact because it's not dependent on what's in these hoppers, but it's dependent on what's in the cart. Now, when the furnaces finish smelting up an item, they go into these droppers. And as you just saw, the droppers need to know when to, release the items. And that is done by basically this comparator. So when it gets to the very end, which is all 27 items, the comparator notices that there's an item in this dropper, sends a signal out all the way down, basically telling all of the droppers to dispense. And from the very beginning, we saw that these first couple of droppers had an extra item in them. Like starting from here, so the first 6, I believe, get items. The easy way to fix that is to take a redstone torch and just basically have another signal go off, and it should dispense those last few items. I think these are just leftover items. But you can do that a bunch and it'll get rid of any items that are still stuck in the droppers. And once all the items are dropped, we have a system of water. So as you can see, once anything that lands on top of these slabs the water will still push the items through, but anything that goes underneath the slabs will still go through because there is blue ice. And all of the items come up into here. Oh, wow. Oh, this is from a previous test. I was like, wow, that's a lot of items. No, previous test of some glass that I was just testing the system with. But you still get all of the lava buckets as well, because the lava buckets technically get dispensed into these droppers. So not too bad. All of the buckets get basically recycled for, say, a lava farm. And as I said at the beginning of the video, these are essentially tileable because this is an M because the ice stops there. So you can have an ice block and slab or sign right here, and it'll still go through. And there is a missing soul sand there. But it'll basically go through and just go into this main storage, and this can be raised up and storage can be increased however you see fit. This is just a basic storage because this can hold 2, 4, 6, 8 shulkers. So that was kind of a quick and dirty overview of this super smelter. It is fairly easy to build. I'm not going to say it's easy to get the resources. The hardest part will honestly probably be the gold for these powered rails. But if you want, for this section, you can have intermediate rails to power rails. But this part needs to be power rails to make sure the cart doesn't double dispense items into furnaces. That'll mess the whole thing up and make it a lot harder to have an automatic dropper system. But these can be set off to be just rails and have like 3 powered rails in between here and so on. And what you can do instead of these is have, say, levers with a block. So you can have a block and say a lever. So if we did this to a lever like so, lever like so, it still works and actually reduces the amount of redstone blocks that one actually needs. Just like that. Easy peasy, and reduces the amount of redstone that you actually need. So yeah, it's a fairly nice design, I think. But I hope everyone enjoyed. Hope everyone stays happy, stays healthy, and I shall see you all next time. Goodbye.